Is this secret muscle buried in the recesses of your core causing you back pain? Maybe. Let's find out. The psoas muscle, that is PSOAS, runs from the front of the femur through your core and attaches in the low back from the inside. It is a muscle that assists with hip flexion, and when we spend prolonged periods of time in hip flexion, either by sitting or because of a sport like cycling, it can get tight and shortened. Fixing this is relatively easy, so let's talk about that. One of the best and most simple stretches you can do for your psoas muscle is to simply stand up with a straight hip, making sure that you're fully erect, and then squeezing the butt cheeks together like you really mean it, making sure that you're holding that squeeze for a good little bit. The other thing that you can do to really help out your psoas is to strengthen the muscles around it. Remember, the psoas is only supposed to assist with hip flexion. So if your big hip flexors like the quadriceps around it are weak, you're probably asking too much out of that little psoas muscle. This is the muscle that you might feel if you get up from your desk and you go, oh, my low back, that kind of thing. So getting up occasionally, standing up fully upright and squeezing those glutes, squeezing those butt cheeks together like you got the winning lotto ticket in between your cheeks and it's a windy day, you don't want to let it go, squeezing like you mean it for 30 to 40 seconds when you get up each and every time. That can go a long way to helping out that lower back pain. Weak glutes are also a big contributor to lower back pain, so why not? Now, obviously, if you're experiencing low back pain, check with your doctor. There could be something structurally going on, some kind of problem that needs fixing. It's always a good idea to check with your doctor before doing stuff on your own. But in general, these are some very easy fixes. And I'm going to show you a couple of demonstrations of the psoas stretch, just standing, squeezing the glutes together, as well as a kneeling stretch that you can do. But more importantly, you want to go through the full range of motion on your leg exercises, your squats, lunges, deadlifts, etc. So let's do that right now. Okay. First off, just standing up and coming out of hip flexion and doing that nice glute squeeze. So if you stood up and you're like, oh, and you're walking around like one of these, you're like, take your time, warm everything up, come up to a nice full standing, and then imagine you've got a string from the top of your head, the crown of your head, straight up to the ceiling, pulling you up, and we want a nice long, tall posture, and then we're gonna pinch the butt cheeks together, squeezing them in towards each other, pinching the butt cheeks, squeezing and holding, and opening up the chest, and breathing into it and holding that glute squeeze for 30 to 40 seconds every time we stand up. This will help strengthen your glutes and take a lot of pressure off of the low back, as well as stretch that hip flexor naturally, the psoas naturally. Now, if we are ready for a deeper kind of a stretch, maybe you're not the average desk jockey, maybe you are a cyclist and experiencing some problems with a tightened psoas and you want more of a stretchy stretch. For this one, we're going to come down to a kneeling position. And we are going to tuck the tailbone underneath. Now, it might not look very different than just me kneeling here, but when you tuck the tailbone underneath, you will feel a deep stretch on your downward facing leg. And that is a wonderful way to stretch through that hip and get at that spot. But more important than stretching is strengthening the supporting muscle groups around those hip flexors. So if you can squat, do squat, and squat to your fullest depth. If you're only squatting to here, you're not really doing much to support that psoas and hip and low back area. We want to make sure we're going through our fullest range of motion. If you have difficulty getting down there, but no structural problems with the knees that would prevent you from doing so, one of the simplest ways to work up to that is to put your hands on a chair, fold at the hips as deep as you can, come up, And as you get deeper, make sure that you are coming down all the way and pressing through the heels. We don't want to come down up on our toes like this. We want to make sure those heels stay down, coming up. And then as you get stronger, hey, look, Ma, no hands. So pretty simple. If you are, of course, dealing with knee issues, then doing a high knee march in place is a good place to start, or high knee march to leg extension, like so, and squeezing those glutes. All right, so those are the exercises. You can do these exercises every day as they are natural, fundamental human movement patterns. So try to work them into your day and into your workouts as well. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them down in the comments. If you would like more coaching with me, www.thenerdgym.com. Like, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what kind of content you would like to see me making. I always appreciate your input. And let me know, what are your favorite muscles in the human body? There's so many to choose from. All right, and I will see you next time. Bye. Oh, check out the video on range of motion too. Bye.